Welcome to this deep dive into one of the most influential business and self-help books ever written, Who Moved My Cheese? By Dr. Spencer Johnson. Whether you're facing a career shift, a relationship change, or just the everyday hurdles of life, this story is a roadmap for navigating the maze of life. The book is an allegory. It uses 4 characters to represent different parts of our own personalities. They live in a maze, the world, our environment, and spend their days looking for cheese, our goals, be it money, love, health, or peace of mind. The 4 characters. Sniff, a mouse who can sniff out change early. Scurry, a mouse who scurry into action quickly. Hem, a little person who denies and resists change because he fears it will lead to something worse. Haw, a little person who learns to adapt in time when he sees changing can lead to something better. Chapter 1. The Gathering. The story begins with a group of old high school friends catching up at a reunion. They talk about how much their lives have changed and how they struggle to deal with these shifts. One friend, Michael, offers to tell them a story. The story of Who Moved My Cheese, which changed the way he looks at change forever. Chapter 2. The Finding of Cheese. Sniff, scurry, hem, and haw all find a massive stash of their favorite cheese at Cheese Station C. The mice, they never get too comfortable. They keep their running shoes around their necks, ready to move if they have to. The little people. Hem and haw start to get arrogant. They build their lives around Cheese Station C. They take off their shoes. They think the cheese belongs to them. Key lesson. Success can lead to complacency. When we think we deserve our current situation, we stop paying attention to the signs that things are shifting. Chapter 3. The cheese disappears. One morning, the characters arrive at Cheese Station C and find no cheese. Sniff and scurry. They aren't surprised. They notice the pile was getting smaller every day. They immediately put on their running shoes and head back into the maze to find new cheese. Hem and haw. They are devastated. Hem screams, "Who moved my cheese?" They waste days complaining, waiting for the cheese to come back, and blaming the world for their misfortune. The main idea, change is inevitable. It is happening whether you notice it or not. The longer you wait to accept it, the harder it will be to adapt. Chapter 4. Overcoming Fear. Haw eventually realizes that the cheese isn't coming back. He starts to laugh at his own foolishness. He realizes that staying in a cheeseless station is worse than the fear of the unknown maze. Before he leaves, he writes on the wall for Hem, "If you do not change, you can become extinct." Practical takeaway. Ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Fear is often a bigger obstacle than the change itself. Use your fear to keep you alert, but don't let it paralyze you. Chapter 5. Exploring the Maze. As Haw moves through the maze, he feels weak and scared, but he starts to feel better simply because he is taking action. He begins to imagine himself enjoying new cheese. The visualization. He realizes that imagining success helps him move toward it. The new mantra. He writes on the wall, "Smell the cheese often so you know when it is getting old." Key lesson. Monitor change. Don't wait for a crisis to look for new opportunities. Pay attention to the small shifts in your industry or your personal life. Chapter 6. Finding the New Cheese. After many trials, Haw finds Cheese Station N, which is filled with varieties of cheese he has never even seen before. Sniff and Scurry are already there, with fat bellies and happy faces. Haw reflects on his journey and realizes he didn't need to be so afraid. He writes his final summary on the wall, which he calls the handwriting on the wall. The handwriting on the wall, the core summary. Change happens. They keep moving the cheese. Anticipate change. Get ready for the cheese to move. Monitor change. Smell the cheese often. Adapt to change quickly. The quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you find new cheese. Change. Move with the cheese. Enjoy change. Savor the adventure. Be ready to change quickly again. They keep moving the cheese. Final thoughts. Applying this to your life. The story ends back at the high school reunion. The friends realize they are all hems or haws in different areas of their lives. In business, are you clinging to an outdated business model? In relationships, are you ignoring the signs that your partner is unhappy? In personal growth, are you staying in a comfortable job that you actually hate? Your next step, identify your old cheese. What is one thing you are holding on to that is no longer serving you?